Undrafted? Basketball's been my life since day one. What am I gonna do now? This can't be the end. Is my dream really dead?
Okay. I know you've been staying in shape, working hard on your game, waiting for your shot.
Yeah, so when's that gonna be? Because you told me not getting picked was a good thing.
It was. It was. This is America. Freedom of choice and all that good stuff. And that is why I'm here. Now is the time. Teams are able to offer 10-day contracts at this point, and I've been on the phone nonstop. There's some definite interest in you.
What's that mean? I get to pick where I want to go?
Whoa. It's not that easy, my friend. But there are several teams willing to give you a little tryout. See if it makes sense for them to sign you.
Listen, man. First of all, you're not my friend. You're my agent. And second, where's the list? Because I'm ready to play.
Keep in mind that these teams have varying levels of interest. If you want the 10-day deal, you're going to have to work a lot harder to impress some of these teams than others.
Man, I don't care about that. Where's the list?
Okay, here's the list. Let me know where you want to go, and I'll make it happen.
We saw your workout at the draft combine. You didn't dominate, but you held your own. But that was against college kids. Now we need to see you compete with the big boys, real NBA players. You'll be running with the twos against the starters. We've got some established vets and some good players on this roster already. Chemistry is solid. But you do well enough today, we might be able to bring you in. Don't worry, kid. It's only the rest of your life, right?
Oh, I ain't worried. I'm ready. Rest of my life starts right here, right now. Let's do it.
A wiser man than me once said that excellence is a habit.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Means that if that scrimmage was any guide, excellence is more like something of a hobby for you. Something you do every once in a while. We saw some glimpses of greatness, but...
What, not enough glimpses to sign me?
I'm not saying that. But you're gonna have to do better if you want to be a part of this team.
Glimpses? That's it? Glimpses?
You killed it at the pre-draft workout. I lobbied for the team to take you, but some other short-sighted people in the organization thought differently. I know you belong with this level of competition. Look, you'll be running with the twos against the starters. You make an impression going against the best we got, it'll make us both look good. I want you to play with a chip on your shoulder. When you go to the hoop, I want you to think about every team that passed on you. When you swat a shot on defense, I want you to think about every player taken ahead of you. You do that, you prove you belong. Spots in this league are hard to come by, son. You gonna get one?
I know ain't nobody gonna give me anything. I'm here to take what's mine. So, here we go.
A wiser man than me once said that excellence is a habit.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Means that if that scrimmage was any guide, excellence is more like something of a hobby for you. Something you do every once in a while. We saw some glimpses of greatness, but...
What, not enough? Move, man, what are you doing?
We got our foot in the door. The Pelicans have offered you a 10-day deal.
Why not a year?
Because you're an undrafted, unproven commodity. But they saw enough to take a flyer on you. So you have exactly 10 days, 240 freaking hours to show that you belong. You perform, you got a shot at a guaranteed deal for the rest of the season. We both live to breathe another day. You don't, you got a shot at being last in a long line of might events, and I'm probably out on the street, too. Living in this rat hole.
Hold up, rat hole? This is all I can afford, because you didn't get me drafted.
Let's call it a charming fixer-upper. Now pack your bags. We're going to the show.
Yeah, boy. I'm going to the league. I got my foot in the door, and I'm gonna kick this sucker down, man.
You better. I don't want to ruin any more suits sitting on these vermin-infested couches of yours.
Man, this is my house he's talking about. Finally, I'm in the league.
You did well in the workout and in the scrimmage.
He's a baller. You give him a legit shot, and he's gonna make the most of it. I mean, when it comes down to crunch time, there's no one...
10 days, my man. We'll see if he can swim with the big fish. If he does, he might have a shot to be signed for the rest of the year. Rick might even find himself a spot in the rotation. If not, son, he's back on the streets. You ready?
I'm ready, willing, and able, sir. You'll see.
Good. Get out of here. You too.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, 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 send.
So you're the rookie that's going to shock the world, huh?
Sure as heck gonna try.
Good. I'm glad you're here. Just remember, it's all out there for you. Work hard, listen, watch how we do. And you got the chance to be something special. Now let's see what you got.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm pumped. Let's do it.
It's the Pelicans at home for a little interconference action in New Orleans. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg.
Get up. You're going in.
Here we go.
Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Grizzlies.
And Kevin, when you don't take advantage of your trips to the free throw line, which they definitely did not, it's tough to recover from.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they left a lot of cheese and lettuce at that foul line part.
Not to mention some ham and turkey.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, Broughton and Thompson make up the perimeter. Arnett Moultrie is out there with Embiid, and it's Carter Williams in at the one spot. Well, Steve, a big moment here. We get a glimpse coming off the bench of the first official NBA appearance from Kent. Just an amazing story we have here, Clark. Here is someone who has had to scrap and fight every bit of the way, but now he's made it on his own to an NBA floor.
You know, he got passed over by all 30 NBA teams during the draft, but he stuck with his dream, and now here he is. I mean, let's hope he can make the best of it.
That drops. 6 points for Michael Carter-Williams.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in.
Michael Carter.
And that bucket right there, folks, is the first official NBA basket from Kent.
And I'm sure he's happy to just get that out of the way. Get that first basket, now you breathe easy. You can just go out and play.
I think he's got a lot of big buckets ahead of him, guys. The years to come for him are going to be pretty productive. But I think this moment will rank right up there amongst the biggest of his as he goes through the rest of his career.
The first free throw is good. And for Carter Williams, great quickness at his height. And Clark able to defend smaller players and get by them to penetrate on the other side of the floor.
And he needs that, Kevin, because his jump shot is still very much a work in progress. It's not broke, but it's wobbling a little bit. He's got to tighten that thing up going forward.
Smith outside. Back to Evans for the three. It's hauled in by Moultrie. Moultrie's got his third rebound tonight. Shved with it. 11 points for him in that last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Soft touch off the glass. Noel's got his first bucket of the night. 1:21 left in the first quarter of the game. Smith the pass to Kent. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Kent making an immediate impact. 1:07 left to play in the first. Now here's Shved. He's guarded close, and they get it back. Here's Anderson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
And Noel kicks to Shved. Pass to Richardson from past the arc. Can't get it to go. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And you look at the stat sheet from that night, I mean, the turnovers were just glaring. No way you're going to give up the ball as many times as they did and still win.
Well, not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense and force even more turnovers on the other side. That's the only way you're really going to be able to counteract giving the ball to the opponents at your end.
And the 76ers making a change here. Sims is checked in. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Well, despite that possession, something I've liked is that they've really been...
Good work. Good work.
Oh, yeah, man.
The Pelicans, Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Miller. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Smith. And the 76ers will go for a different look here.
You know, the Sixers have really undergone a complete reversal in recent years from a team with a very old-school, traditional front office to a team that's now focused on the science and analytics of winning basketball. And quite honestly, guys, we're seeing more and more teams embrace the analytics side of things.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, Carter Williams and Roten pairing up in the backcourt. Hollis Thompson is out there with Arnett Moultrie. And it's Noel in at the center position. They get it back. Moultrie, that's good. Moultrie's got the lead up to 8 now for Philadelphia.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
And for the Sixers, their new stat-driven decision-making permeates the organization from ownership, Steve, to the front office, all the way down to the coaching staff.
Well, it's where the league seems to be going, Kevin. Teams are trying to think further ahead and see opportunities for strategic advantages. But look, it's still a balance. You've got to have chemistry and coaching, and those numbers will come in play. But they can't be the be-all, end-all.
New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. No good from Kent.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Stolen by Evans. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, as you know, Michael Carter-Williams, last year's Rookie of the Year, and Coach Brett Brown said he's more than he's bargained for. More skilled, tougher, prideful, and competitive. But Coach loves his playmaking as well, saying, quote, his size enables him to play with a different vision line. He understands how to run a team and find his teammates. Kevin?
Not bad for the number 10 pick in the draft. Thanks, Doris. Noel trying to break loose. Carter Williams can't get it to go. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's got 8, and they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
What the heck was that?
Look it up. It's called basketball.
Philadelphia. And that concludes the first half. 76ers on top, leading by 8. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Hey,
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of things from that first.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for Carter Williams. He's got 19 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Taking the W in a close one here. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
So that'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this
The bad news is you play like a 50-year-old rec league bum, and we lost the game. You're supposed to ask me what's the good news is?
What's the good news?
Good news is I don't think it's possible for you to play any worse.
Is this supposed to be making me feel better?
Nah, man. Supposed to make you understand that it ain't just you. We all got work to do if we're going to do something special this year. So put this one behind you, learn from it, and move on, all right?
Yeah, all right. But a 50-year-old bum, though?
If the shoe fits.
Come on, man.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Yes, sir. Yeah. On and my thumb palming. Take two of these and call me in the morning.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Doris Burke will be along, too, from the sideline. Well, it was the for New Orleans. And a switcher also for Denver. Gallinari, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. So on the floor for Denver, Aflalo and Chandler are on the wings. Kenneth Faried is out there with Gallinari, and it's Lawson in at the point. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Ashik, the pass to Kent. Great D that time from Lawson.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Well, trade rumors circulated around Eric Gordon last season. Makes you wonder if there was some buyer's remorse from the Pelicans after they matched the Suns' 4-year, almost $60 million offer.
Here's Lawson. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And how about his defense? 4 steals on the night. He was so aggressive.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played.
Well, Denver in the post-Melo years has been a collection of good players, but you always have to wonder if they'll have a low ceiling because this team does not have a so-called superstar.
At that point, Denver has done well without what most would call a superstar, but obviously that takes its toll come playoff time.
It really does. I mean, you need somebody that you can really rely on as your go-to guy, the one who gets it done for you in the clutch. And they haven't quite established that player, and yet they're still competitive.
Trains the three-pointer. Lawson's got his second basket of the night.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The shot's good from Kent.
It wasn't really the dream scenario that he wanted in his first game. He struggled at times, and, of course, his team lost as well.
And the one thing he can take to heart is that a lot of players have had rough starts to their careers. That's not uncommon. You'll just have to keep working to get better.
The shot's good from Lawson. 1:42 left in the first quarter. Here's Mr. Clutch. Lawson defending.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Feeds it to Mozgov. Lawson kicks to Gallinari. Another shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Timofey Mozgov, 7'1", a shot block.
I like it. I like it.
All day long.
For New Orleans, Miller comes in for Mr. Clutch. Here for New Orleans, Omer Ashik. He's checked in for Withy. Anthony Davis comes in for Anderson. Rivers, he's checked in for Darius Miller. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Gordon. So out there for the Nuggets right now. Down low, it's Faried and JaVale McGee. Lawson and Aflalo are the 1 and 2. And it's Chandler in at the small forward. There's Mr. Clutch. Lawson defending. No good from Kent. And Mozgov, offensively, can get you some nice second-chance buckets.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Kevin, that he's a decent roll man in the pick and roll, and he can knock down the three-pointer on occasion. So, nice combination for that big guy.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Aflalo outside. Here's Chandler. Here's McGee. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. McGee's got his first bucket in this one.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
And now let's have a look at the NBA's top snipers, shooting guards with the highest percentage from three-point territory over the last month. Aaron Aflalo, 3rd.
These are the gunners, guys. They've got the green light at all times because we know what they can do beyond the arc.
Freedom given is freedom earned, Steve. By putting up those kinds of numbers, they've earned their freedom. And at that position, You got a job to do, and they do it well.
Here's Lawson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
Ty Lawson is somewhat undersized at the point guard position at 5'11", but he makes up for it with his time.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. The Nuggets on top.
Well, Ty, you certainly...
Okay, guys, we got a few minutes here. Let's go over a few things before we get going again. I'm not going to single out any one guy because...
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far. No ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Been a big game for Aflalo. 16 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
Now, his outside stroke has looked really good today.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Kent, he's in at point guard. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Salmon's out there with Gordon. The shot by Chandler, wide open. Good on the three-point shot. Chandler's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Nuggets. Here's Kent. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Denver leading by 5. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, the 2014 draft received the highest ever television ratings, eclipsing even LeBron James's draft back in 2003. Fan interest continues to grow, and the league is now considering moving the draft after July 1st and packaging it with a season-ending award show. Guys, it could make for some pretty exciting theater.
Doris, that'll be something. Thanks.
Well, it might not be time for guys like Durant to give a 15-minute acceptance speech, but I think it would be fun.
And not sure what he was thinking there.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Chandler, no good.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Kent, the pass to Davis. From 10 feet out, good on that shot. And with that, the Nugget lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Kent.
It took some time, and fans might have been unsure for a while, but clearly the Pelicans have a direction for this team now, and I think they're a franchise on the rise.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Salmons. Pass to Kent. From deep. There's the bucket. Good. Mr. Clutch has got 15.
And with the Pelicans getting a franchise big like they did with Davis always helps, but they're also active in acquiring talent to grow around him.
Lawson drives in. For the Pelicans, getting young talent is one thing. And they want to make sure, Clark, that they got the right talent to fit alongside their stars.
Kevin, I really think sometimes the cohesiveness and the fitting of the parts.
That's it.
And you know this, man.
Talent, but we want it to fit together nicely, and you got to give them kudos.
Checked in for Austin Rivers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Denver. Alinari comes in for Randy Ford. So on the floor for Denver, Gallo and Fareed at the forwards. Robinson is out there with Lawson, and it's McGee in at the 5, down low. And it's Gordon missing.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Mr. Clutch is checked in for New Orleans. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brian Shaw was giving to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Fareed, no good.
You know, they haven't had the best day inside, but they got one when it mattered most.
Here's Kent. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Boy, I don't know who has that kind of range. That's well beyond the arc.
Not sure what he was thinking about there.
Robinson kicks to Lawson. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Kent. And that one falls coming off of Davis's speed. Davis has got 4 assists now tonight.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Pass to McGee. 6 to shoot. Lawson drives in.
Well, simply put, Lawson's been great. He's got 21 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision, Clark, has been phenomenal. He could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nuggets.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And they're also finding easy points from the free throw line, Clark. This is a team that is attacking, getting fouled, and making it pay.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Aflalo's checked in. No good from Kent.
Oh, he's just launching from the three-point line right now because I don't like his shot selection at all.
Now Lawson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Ty Lawson, former 18th overall pick back in 2009. Super quick, athletic point guard who looks to push the pace. He's been the perfect fit in the Nuggets' up-tempo offense.
Well, Steve, Kenneth Faried really raised in the game. There's so many great stories when he was young. He was challenged by his family in so many ways on the basketball court.
Yeah, the story goes that his father once dunked on him and said, never let anybody do that on you again. And apparently his mother told him they'd never pass him the ball unless he was tough enough to go get the rebound. So tough love, but apparently it worked.
And Lawson, here we go. And it's blocked by Kent. They retain possession. The shot's good from Lawson.
And this is what they wanted, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. And I think it can be considered a statement win for the Nuggets.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
So you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
Well, as we get closer to making this one official, we can safely say it's been a very one-sided season series. So far, they've won both of the first 2 meetings.
With 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And what a huge...
Stop settling for threes.
Made things easy for everyone on his team on offense.
Tyreek Evans is checked in for Mr. Institutions. There's 18 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
From deep three-point range, misses.
Well, Nate, this team...
UGLY.
Man, ugly doesn't even begin to describe what happened out there.
What would you call it?
Sorry, pathetic, garbage, embarrassing.
Just gotta let it go. Get back at it tomorrow. Study some film, see what we did wrong, hit the weight room, get some treatment, make up for it next time out.
Good idea. The quicker we get back out there, the quicker we can leave this nightmare behind us. Let's hit it.
We've got basketball action from New Orleans, Louisiana, home of the Pelicans, here on 2K Sports. Well, it was the New Orleans Pelicans in their last game losing to Denver. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
Yeah, they look totally disjointed, and sometimes you have a night like that. Nothing goes in the back.
Let's go. You're in.
Dang, about time.
The Pelicans have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well.
This New Orleans team is now in their second season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
Salmons gets the bucket. So for the Pelicans, Anderson, he's checked in for Salmons. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Austin Rivers. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Paul dishes to Griffin. Goes back up, and he sinks the layup. Griffin's got 9.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
The shot's good from Kent. The Clippers have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Now here's Paul, covered by Kent, picked by Griffin. Paul passes to Griffin. Paul, no one around him. And it's off the back rim, no good. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to speak with head coach Doc Rivers. One player who's really on his mind in this matchup is Eric Gordon. He said of Gordon, he can shoot with deep range and has the strength and explosiveness to go by you if you overcommit and finish or get himself to the line. So he's just an underrated scorer in this league, and it's going to take a total team effort to slow him down. Kevin will see how they do.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Paul kicks to Crawford. Pass to Barnes. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Paul with the ball, now guarded by Kent. Paul with the buckets. Paul's got his first points of the game.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
New Orleans making some changes here. He's making some changes here. The Pelicans have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop.
An interesting statement came from the mouth of CP3 last year when he mentioned that he feels that Allen Iverson was the most influential player ever. Interesting. Most probably would have said Jordan.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the back. Matt Barnes is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Dudley in at small forward. The Pelicans trail. Now Rivers, averaging 6 points per contest.
You talk about Allen Iverson's influence. You know, Chris Paul wears the number 3 jersey in honor of Iverson. Paul was about 10 years old when the answer started his NBA career, so a huge influence.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And you look at Chris Paul and Allen Iverson. What similarities do you see in them?
Well, really just size. That's the only thing. Allen Iverson was a speed merchant. Chris has tremendous and deceptive speed, a little stronger, more of a quarterback. AI was just a flat-out killer as a scorer. I mean, the guy did some amazing stuff for a long time at his size. I mean, he was 6 feet tall and 150, 160 pounds is all, and just put buckets on guys like I hadn't seen a small guy do since Nate Archibald. And Isaiah Thomas was similar, but a little stronger.
It's Crawford on the wing. Salmon's covering. Off target from the wing.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Rivers passes to Kent. Ashik in the post. He's against Jordan. Ashik no good.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Here's Dudley. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Remember, that last matchup went right down to the wire before they pulled it out, and I thought the big difference was the contribution this team got from its bench.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Kent.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Gordon's checked in for Mr. Clutch. A moment to check in. And the first half ends in a close one. Clippers ahead, up 5.
Yes, guys, I'm here with it.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third.
Well, this last season was the Clippers' 30th in Los Angeles. And for a team that's long played in the Lakers' shadow, its second season in a row, though.
Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. And it's Salmons in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Clippers leading by 7.
And for the Clippers, in their 30 years in L.A., folks, only 6 times if they finish the regular season with a better winning percentage than the Lakers. Man, it's been domination by the Lakers out there in L.A. land. So Clipper fans are hoping that this is a sign of things to come going forward for their team, the Clippers.
LA's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Paul outside. It's Crawford on the wing. Wide open look. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 7 for him tonight. And guys, for the Clippers, acquiring coach Doc Rivers from the Celtics in exchange for a draft pick. In Boston, he'd been the second longest tenured coach in the league after Greg Popovich.
Yeah, but rather than rebuild, I think he wanted to go for another ring in L.A. He's got a lot of authority, final say on personnel decisions.